One of the best ways of understanding dogs is to notice their tail developments alongside their different developments. To lay areas of strength out with our fuzzy companions, we really want to attempt to comprehend everything their non-verbal communication says to us. In this video, you can track down data about tail developments and their implications in dogs. The importance of dogs. Wagging their tails in communication. Quite possibly the greatest misinterpretation about dogs is that they are cheerful when they sway their tails. Truth be told, dogs' tails give us many signs about how they feel. Essentially, swaying the tail shows that the dog is prepared to collaborate. Be that as it may, this can have both positive and negative implications. To put it plainly, swaying the tail of dogs doesn't generally imply that they are cheerful or agreeable. What is significant here is the manner in which the tail is swaying, its speed and beat. It is feasible to acquire pieces of information about the way of behaving of dogs by considering different tail swaying designs. Tail developments in dogs are a specialized strategy. This specialized strategy is otherwise called dog tail language. The predominant inclination in dogs can be gotten the hang of as per the speed, shape, and position of the tail swaying. In certain species, the tail normally reaches out towards the ground. In certain species, the tail is upstanding, while in certain species there is no tail by any means. Albeit the position or state of the tail shifts relying upon the species, the feeling it is attempting to convey is typically something similar. On the off chance that the tail is an approach to talking in dogs, its position is the words. The speed of swaying shows how uproarious its voice is. To put it plainly, assuming the tail is swaying extremely quick, it implies your dog needs to uproariously converse with you. Let's discover together what you need to know about dog tail language. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the videos. Happy Pontifuin Fi Bait Tatraul friendly tail wagging. Dogs lift their tails somewhat upwards to show their satisfaction and sway them at a typical speed. Here, their tails are more loose than typical and sporadically sway openly. A few canines draw circles with their tails when they are blissful. This present circumstance is otherwise called helicopter tail. Dogs begin swaying their tails quicker as they get invigorated. As a matter of fact, a few dogs can sway their tails along with their hips, or even their whole body from shoulders to tail in a synchronized way when they are extremely energized or see their proprietors after quite a while. It would be an extraordinary decision to play with your dog when they sway their tail like this. Calm tail wagging. At the point when dogs are quiet, their tails are really quiet. Some of the time they can sway their tails gently from one side to another. The tail steadily accelerating shows that serenity is behind. At the point when you see your dog losing its smoothness, you can divert it so that any trepidation isn't set off or it doesn't get frightened. Clickers utilized for preparing are a decent upgrade with regards to interruption and moving consideration regarding another heading. Frightened tail wagging. Before we make sense of the scared tail swaying, we ought to say that you ought to realize that there are two distinct kinds of dread in dogs. The sorts of dread in dogs are surrendered dread and forceful trepidation. The manner in which a dog sways its tail assists us with recognizing these feelings of trepidation. At the point when dogs broaden their tails towards the ground or between their legs, we can normally imagine that they have a surrendered dread. Commonly, a dog in this present circumstance feels undermined and is attempting to try not to get injured. Sitting on its rear paws with its tail in this position means that intense trepidation. For this situation, the dog is under extraordinary pressure and figures that it will get injured. It is vital not to interface with dogs with their tails like this, or even to pet them, since when the power of dread expands, this can transform into hostility. Forceful apprehension tail swaying is like forceful tail swaying. Aggressive tail wagging. Forcefulness in dogs has a wide range of bases, like trepidation, chain, or region. Be that as it may, no matter what the wellspring of hostility, the state of the tail doesn't change. Thusly, forceful tail swaying and forceful trepidation tail swaying happen in comparable ways. The tails of forceful dogs are lifted upwards. They frequently draw a parabola forward, truth be told. The tail stays fixed. At the point when the tail is swaying here, it implies that the dog is prepared to assault. The quicker the tail sways, the more forceful the dog is. A dog in this present circumstance ought to be let be, since it is prepared to go after individuals around it or creatures that connect with it. Gazing with the tail, licking the lips, standing frozen, listening carefully, yawning and yapping are different signs that an assault is coming. I want to be alone. Tail. Like each living animal, dogs in some cases need to be separated from everyone else. For this situation, when you associate with them, they quit swaying their tails and don't move by any stretch of the imagination. This shows that they need to be distant from everyone else. In such cases, it is important to regard their desires and let them be. In any case, they begin to become forceful. Don't forget to let us know in the comments what topic about dogs you would like to cover in our next video.